Billy Marshall's own account of his life is to be believed, then he is the oldest man who ever lived. Billy Marshall died on the 28th of November 1792, and according to his tombstone, he must have been born in 1672. He himself is reputed to have claimed to have actually been born in 1666, and while he may have been born in Minnigaff, his grave is right here in Kircudbright. Remarkably, Billy's supposed age might well be one of the least interesting facets of his long life. Billy was born into the clans of the lowland Roma, or traveller folk, and eventually became king of the folk. Billy was involved in many wars, sometimes having volunteered and sometimes having been press-ganged, but he deserted on most of these occasions, often to make sure that he could attend the Kelton Hill Fair at Castle Douglas, which was the highlight of his family's year. He claimed to have fought at the Battle of the Boyne alongside William of Orange, and is said to have fought in several campaigns in Flanders under the Duke of Marlborough. The accepted story of how he became king has some echoes of Game of Thrones to it. In here, Billy purchased a fine knife which was easily recognisable. He used the knife to kill one of his wives and the incumbent king, Isaac Miller, who were engaging in some adulterous activity together. By chance, the previous owner of the knife was sent to check on the king and found him dead with the knife beside him. Panicking, in case he was accused, he made sure the knife disappeared. Without evidence to link Billy to the crime, it was assumed Isaac Miller had killed himself. Billy then assumed the role of king himself. Billy was also deeply involved in the smuggling trade along the Solway coast and was a friend to the infamous Captain Yawkins, meeting him off the Black Prince at Balcarry Bay or drinking with him while the boats unloaded outside Dirk Hatterick's cave by Cairnholy. Billy and his folk often transported Yawkins' smuggled goods to Edinburgh and Glasgow. In the 1720s, Billy became a leader of the Levellers, who knocked down the new dykes and fences that were parcelling up Galloway land for the gentry and their new ways of farming. At Kelton Hill Fair in 1723, he was elected to be a captain among a number of others who were to lead the Levellers because of his long years of military service. The Levellers trained by moonlight, learning how to shoot and defend and attack. Then, all across the parishes of Kelton, Crossmichael, Tongland and Twynham, they began their campaign of smashing down the hated dykes. As king, Billy was often easygoing, but he was known to enforce the rules quite brutally at times. On one occasion, as Billy was travelling, he came across a severely beaten tramp. Billy asked him what had happened, and the tramp explained that he'd been set upon by two of Billy's folk. Billy set off to look for them, bringing the tramp with him. When he found them, he made the tramp beat them. Then he cut himself a switch of ash and whipped the two offending men all the way back to their camp. He died here at Kircudbright. The Earl of Selkirk acted as his chief mourner, for he had made many surprising friends in his long life, and he is buried right here in St Cuthbert's graveyard, where you can see his gravestone today.